If you really want to be a good basketball player, you got to be able to react to defense and make reads, know how to protect the basketball. There's a lot of little things that happen, and they have to happen really fast. We're gonna have one drill that'll help you be more shifty and create off the dribble and be able to read the defense better. One to help you develop that weak hand, super important, and one to work on your finishing. Let's do it. So while some people bash doing drills with cones because cones don't move, I feel like there is a lot of different ways you can use cones that is beneficial for players for mechanics, spacing, spatial awareness, using them to just kind of refine certain skills we're trying to develop, and getting repetition in, right? Repetition is the mother of all learning, but it doesn't simulate defense. So today I want to show you 3 different partner drills, and we're going to go live because everyone's been asking for me to play with defense. See Jason, he's a skills trainer Orlando. Check him out. I'll link him in the pinned comment. This is a great way for us to get the best of both worlds. A little bit of skill, work on specific things, but at the same time get the ability to read and react to defense. One other thing to note is doing this one-on-one is great because we're both getting lots of repetition. 5-on-5 is great because the only way to really simulate 5-on-5 is playing 5-on-5, right? Or doing 5-on-5 drills, but that's not always realistic, number one. But number two, you just don't get the ball as much, so you don't get as much repetition. This kind of brings skills training together with live defense. So the first drill we're gonna start, I gotta be touching the cone. I can take 5 dribbles max while touching the cone. I can take less than 5 dribbles if I want, but once I decide to go, it's live, and then I get 2 dribbles max. We'll talk about what this is gonna develop in a second, but let's play through it and we can both kind of give our thoughts on it because he's a skills trainer too, so you can kind of get some of his insight as well. And real quick, if you want to see more of this kind of stuff on the channel, leave a comment, let me know. We can definitely do more of these because they're fun for me. Fun for you, Jay?
Fun for me.
All right, let's do it. So I get up to 5 dribbles, 1, 2. Oh, good DJ. Probably a foul though. Okay, Jay, so what do you think you got out of that drill? Offense and defense.
I got a lot of it. One is being able to react to the defense, seeing what they're going to do based on the dribbles that you have while you're touching the cone. And then just being able to work on your finishing by trying to create space, the steps, being able to be kind of evasive with the ball as you're going up to the basket. So there's a lot of stuff working on this drill.
What about defense? What did you get out of it?
Defense, it really works because you have to really react to the person. Like a lot of people on defense, they're too busy looking at the ball, looking at the head, where if you look at their midsection, because that's where the secret of playing good defense, this is a good drill to do that on it as a defender because I'm having to watch your midsection and see what you're doing. Yeah,
I think for me, definitely working on being efficient with your dribbles because you only get 2 dribbles after you decide to go. Number 2, it works on your reactions. It's got that jack in the box effect.
Absolutely.
Like you know the guy's gonna go, but you don't know when. One thing we didn't do a lot of that we could have added in is like there could have been some more of
yeah.
I'm still touching the cone, but using my hips and my chest to work on that shiftiness. But then, yeah, also just working on being efficient. Like a lot of people will play like one-on-one and it's 2 dribbles max.
Right.
Similar concept here, we're being efficient, but I think for a lot of players, maybe they caught and they got their dribble going and they're a little more stationary. This helps them be able to make something happen quick, make a quick read on their positioning, and based on where you are, you know, deciding what I'm gonna do next.
So another great thing that this drill does, I think, is you could change the rules on it. So when we were taking 5 dribbles max and then going 2 dribbles max to the basket, you could actually change a rule where you could say, okay, you have to shift your body before you take off while dribbling and touching the cone. So different things like that helps out the offense and defense.
For sure. So the next drill, the rule is you gotta keep your hand in contact with my strong side. So I'm a lefty, he's also a lefty. We're like the anomalies here. So Jason's gotta keep his hand somewhere on my left side. Could be my leg, my hip, my shoulder, even my arm if he wants to get in there and pin it. The idea is for him to take away that side from me. So now I gotta work on my right hand. I can go left if I can beat him there, but I'm gonna have to get really crafty to do so. Ideally though, the idea is to get me going this way more, and by him doing that, it kind of encourages me strongly to do so. And we could mix this up, we could do this from triple threat, but let's do it off the dribble, so we're kind of working more on that we can't handle, okay? So what'd you get out of that?
Man, it really forced you to use your right hand, your weak side. You have to really use those keys that you talked about earlier, creating space, feet positioning, being able to get that shot off.
Yeah, earlier he means a video we filmed earlier. We'll pin that to the comments as well as his channel if you want to check out his content. Yeah, for me, it's interesting because you are given more right hand opportunity, But we both know you're gonna try to go to that right hand.
Right,
so you gotta get crafty with that weak hand. For us, our right hands are weak hand. So now,
I know where you're going.
Exactly, with him knowing that, you gotta get craftier and you're upping your skill set. You can't just take that basic right hand layup, or you gotta have to extend more, get it out to the side, veer out. Like that one, I had to float out to the side to get it off. And on defense, I think this is great because I tell most players, especially if you're in high school, even college, heck, watch NBA players. Even NBA players, if they're a righty, they'll maybe take 1, 2 dribbles to the left side, and they're either pulling up, they're crossing over to this side, they're gonna do something to get the ball. Even like Chris Paul, I noticed, does this quite a bit. One of the better ball handlers in the league. So what you can do on defense is really take away that strong hand side. So one thing I'll do, just to give a quick breakdown, if he's a lefty, I'm probably gonna need more than just be here. I'm probably gonna be here. So now if he tries to come back to that side, he's gotta go through me. It's gonna be hard to make that arm move because I'm so uptight on him, and I'm really shielding off with this foot this side. I'm really giving him this side. However, I know he's not as fast that way. Most players aren't because they also have a weak foot. There's a tip for you that a lot of people don't know. And also, if he moves this way, I can just keep sliding. And it's easier for me once I'm facing this way to make a little cross step too, if I really need to recover. So this next drill, we can play around with where the offensive player starts, but defensive player has to be starting by the pole. You gotta be touching the pole. Now, here's what he's gotta do. He's gotta touch that cone after I go, so he's gotta wait for me to go. Then he's gonna go run, touch that cone, he's gonna come try to block my shot. Now, we can play around with where his position is relative to me to work on different types of finishing. So, example, if I start back here and he touches the cone, he's probably gonna be able to get in front of me, right? So now I'm working on finishes with the defender more in front of me. However, if I start by the free throw line, he goes to touch the cone, I'm gonna get more of that side defender action going. And we could play around too with trying to get more of a trailing defender by Jason staying by the cone here instead of the pole. I'll be at the top of the key here, and he's got to go touch the elbow with his foot, and then I'm kind of getting that trailing defender action going. So working on different angles with the defense. We could change the cone too, even for him coming there, and again, that would kind of change the angle too, him starting from there, having to come all the way up. And you don't even need the cone really, I guess. You could just, if you have the hash marks on the court, but if you don't, then use the cone. So he gets to go first. As soon as he goes, then I go. So he's kind of getting a jump on things. That way, the idea is for this one, he's getting in front of me. If I go first, we tried it out, I ended up getting a little bit too much of a head start on him. So this one here, again, he's gonna go first, but since I'm closer, there's a better chance that I'm gonna get him more to my side and a little less in front of me. Okay, that was too easy, so we need to adjust. Maybe we'll go here. So we can adjust some of these positions to make it, you know, more ideal. Because every player is gonna be faster, slower, better changes, direction, speed. You know, every player is different, longer, taller, shorter. So, yeah, younger, older. So bringing that cone in makes him have to go less far so he can get a little closer to the end of that layup. Because if I'm just completely on my own, we don't get much out of this. What'd you get out of that one?
Really good. It really makes the defense work. On offense, it really touches on those keys that you were talking about. You're having to create space, create contact to be able to get your shot off, become more crafty at the brim.
And I think also important, working on defenders in different positions around you.
Yep.
1, having to react to the defense. 2, and 3, just working on layups with defense. That just doesn't happen enough in practice, in my opinion. Just be able to get a lot of repetitions of that. So many players just miss layups because they can't create different types of layups, they can't react.
And not used to people in their face.
Yeah. So if you guys want 3 of the biggest problems that keep players from scoring around the rim, I have them all for you in a video that's pinned to the comments. Check out the training programs also pinned to the comments. And check out Jason's channel, Dream Chasers Training. Hit the like button if you found the video helpful, and I'll see you in the next one.